Hi. Today is a hard one for me because like 5 minutes ago, I was just sitting on my couch, just breaking down because I am so sick of dealing with my knee injuries. And it just hit me that like I might have to give up playing like this sport that I love. So yesterday I was playing soccer and I'm about 6 weeks out of my last surgery, which was a meniscectomy, and it went really well. And that was my 5th knee surgery, and I'll get back to that. But anyway, yesterday I was playing soccer and I had been playing, and I went up to get a ball out of the air and I came down and I landed on my knee and I felt pain. I didn't feel popping or anything, and I kept playing and it kept hurting, but you know, you tell yourself that you're fine, so you just keep going. And it got to be halftime and it kind of just hit me, you know, like, I don't think that I'm okay. And so I didn't play the rest of the game, and I came home last night and I was still hurting, and today I have to like face the reality that like I might have messed up my knee again. I don't know if I tore my ACL or not. It doesn't feel exactly the same, but I was just sitting over there kind of like coming to terms with the fact that I might have to have another serious knee surgery. And hopefully I'm wrong. I'm probably, I don't know, but I thought that I could use that opportunity to tell you guys like the story of injuries and like what a psychological toll it takes on you, along with like a physical toll, obviously. So, sorry. I'm gonna back up a little bit. And why would I decide to do this right now? Like when I'm clearly a mess. I want to show you like this is fucking real and raw, and this isn't like me trying to do anything but just like be authentic and tell the whole story. So I've been playing soccer my whole life competitively. I started playing when I was 5. I started playing travel soccer when I was like 9, and then played all the way through high school. Played on a really competitive travel soccer team, traveled around the country playing soccer. Decided that in college I was going to focus on my education and not play college soccer, so I went to Purdue, and then I just played club soccer, and then the Purdue like Division I varsity team asked me to join the team my sophomore year. So I decided that was an opportunity that I could not pass up, and I was extremely humbled to be able to walk on there. So I did that, and then promptly tore my ACL for the first time. So 2010, tore my left ACL right as I joined the Purdue varsity soccer team. Had surgery, rehabbed it, finally started playing again, and was set to, I was just a walk-on, so I had to try out. I played in the spring with the team, and then I had to try out again for the fall. And then I was doing my summer training at home in Evansville because I had an engineering internship, and I was doing 120s and I cut and I felt my knee pop. So, and this was like 2 weeks before I was set to go back to Purdue to try out. So I found out that I tore my meniscus in my left knee again. So this was right at 6 months after my first initial ACL surgery, and I had another surgery and decided then that I was not going to continue playing for Purdue. I would have had to take 3-4 weeks off and would not have been able to like basically come back. And they kind of told me, the head coach told me, you know, if you don't try out, we can't really hold a spot for you. So that was that. I had to stop playing for Purdue. I took that fall off from soccer, and then the last 2 years I played club soccer again at Purdue and was injury free. And then as soon as I graduated, I came home and I was playing indoor soccer, just rec, whatever. And my first indoor game that I had played in years, went into a tackle and tore my right ACL. So that's surgery number 3. Then I got an infection, an internal infection caused by the surgery. 2 weeks after I had my right ACL surgery, so I got called in for an emergency surgery to clean it out, which was awful because I physically felt terrible when I had the infection, and it postponed my recovery a couple of weeks, which I was like very upset about. And the second ACL surgery, rehabbing it was just so much harder. I don't know if it was just because of the infection. I don't know, but it was physically more taxing on me, and mentally I think the infection just like, I don't know, it messed with me. So I remember, I'll never forget, I went in for PT, and my knee was really swollen. I felt sick. My knee was swollen, an unusual amount, and they were like, oh, you know, the nurse or the physician's assistant, the PA is upstairs, and you can go see her after PT if you want, which was great, and I loved her. She was very nice. She was like, oh, we'll just drain it and it'll be clear and you'll be fine. The fluid will be clear. So then she drained it and she was like, oh, well, it's a little cloudy, so let's run some tests. So that was, I don't know what day that was, one afternoon. And she was like, but I'm sure I'll be fine. So I was like, okay, you know, whatever. Then immediately the swelling came back, and I got a call the next morning at like 10 a.m. that was like, hey, can you come in for surgery this afternoon at 2? When was the last time you ate? Can you call your mom? You need to come in for surgery. And I was just like, what? Like, called my mom. She took me in for my surgery. So that was to clean out the infection. That was surgery number 4. And that was in 2014. So 2014 to now, I have been good. I've been really healthy. I've been fairly active, played soccer on and off. Not super competitively, but enough that I'm like playing. I've been in pretty good shape on and off. I'm running a lot of miles, up to like 20 a week sometimes, and have felt really strong. So I've been very healthy, and then up until, I don't know, late July, I noticed that my right knee was, I don't know, something was wrong with it. So I went in, had an MRI. They said, you know, your meniscus is torn again. I knew that this was a fairly minor surgery, so I was like, okay, you know, it's frustrating to have any kind of surgery, and like every time they go in, it increases my risk of arthritis later. So obviously you want to avoid it, but I was having trouble. PT wasn't working. So I had my 5th knee surgery about 6 weeks ago, and everything went really well. I've been feeling good. I've gotten back into working out. And yeah, I've been playing lately, and I felt actually really good, and I've been playing well. And then last night, I don't know. And so it's not good to jump to conclusions. I don't know what's wrong with my knee. I think something is wrong with it based on just how I feel and remembering how I felt in the past. But it's just so hard for me And anybody who's been through any kind, like, and I need to put this in perspective, like, I have 2 legs that operate. I am so lucky. I don't have cancer. I don't have some kind of incurable disease. But I just, like, I can't stay healthy. And it's so frustrating because I'm not reckless. I'm not like going into tackles, throwing my body all over the place. I'm not like, I barely make contact with people, and it's just like doing, I don't know, I just like, it takes such a toll on me. I'm about to start my new job on Monday. Like, I don't want to have another surgery. I really don't. And it's just, it's so hard because, you know, one of the things that always gets me through each surgery and each time is like, you know what, I'm so lucky that I'm able to just like recover. Like, I'm really healthy. All of my recoveries for the most part have been like very ahead of schedule. Like, I'm very disciplined in my PT, and like I put my head down and I do the work that I'm supposed to do. I do more than I'm supposed to do. And it's just like, I've been so healthy my whole life, and now I just like, I can't get past these injuries. They keep occurring, and it's so frustrating to me. And I think that other athletes or people who deal with like illnesses, mentally, physically, anything, like, you've gotta have, you know, it's like, it's such a struggle to get through it and to be like, to get that perspective. And so right now, why I wanted to like make this right now, where I'm obviously like super emotional and feeling crazy, is just like, I feel like this is the most raw and best way to tell this story, because this is the most genuine. This is how I feel. Like, it's not super glamorous. Like, I can't, I just wanted to like properly convey my frustration and my emotion, and like the fact that like I just told Greg, I just texted him, I said, if I have to have another ACL surgery, like, I'm not gonna play. Like, I'm not gonna continue to play and like put my body through this. And it's just, it's so hard. So like, I always try to make some kind of positive spin or whatever. Like, that's hard for me to do right now. I'm gonna give my knee a couple days. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm having the trainer like at the school that I coach look at it this afternoon, and hopefully he says my ACL is fine. That's the hope. But even if it's not fine, like, how do you get through things that you don't think you can? And I think you just, like, for me, I just put my head down and I take it one step at a time, and I try to get that perspective, like, no matter what happens, I will get through it. It will work out. And simply because I just like put one foot in front of the other. So I'm just scared because I think it hit me for the first time today that I might have to like give up doing something that I like truly, truly love. That's like a part of who I am. And like I've up until this point, I've never like thought about that like as a real possibility. It was always like, get better, play again, get better, play again, and I don't know that I can keep doing that. So that's the story of my injuries and my knees, and I hope for the best, and like for everyone out there who's dealing with their own shit, because we all are, like, I hope for the best for you too. I hope that you are able to get perspective and do what you can't, And that's like, I've been watching Casey Neistat and I'm in these moments like I want to do what I can't. And so like I can't, like I tell myself like, oh, I can't go through another surgery, like I just can't. Like I texted Greg that too, but it's like, you know what, I can, and I will do everything I need to do so that I can make my body healthy again. And if that means that I can't play like semi-competitive soccer again, then that's what I'll have to do. And that breaks me, but I don't know. That's all. I don't really have a whole lot, but each surgery, I have not wanted to go into it, but I've gone into it, I've put in the work, and I've come out on the other side. So whatever you're facing in your life, put in the work, whatever that means to you, and like come out on the other side, because like you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So God, this is a terrible vlog. For any of you who are still watching, thanks, and love you guys.